I wasn't going to make this video. I was actually going to be making one of those super edited videos with the all the clips of me running and jogging and before and after videos and stuff. And I think I still am going to do that, but I felt the need to make this video right now because I really, really believe that running is changing my life. And it's very short notice. I have been running every single day for I think I'm on day 22, 23. And the idea was for a YouTube video that just said I ran every day for 30 days and just wanted to see how my body changed. But the reality is there's a lot of stuff that really has changed for me, and I wanted to be able to share that authentically and not edited, just straight up let you know the things that I've been feeling and experiencing. Um, and I'm not trying to over exaggerate this stuff. It really, really has changed my life. I felt like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I I was really, really down. I think everybody goes through these periods of just being up and down, and I was kind of just slacking on a lot of things, right? Slacking on the basic disciplines, right? Like having a structured day. There were some days I wasn't showering until like noon or lunch. I'd skip workouts. I'm eating bad, and I'm probably 20 to 30 pounds overweight where I would like to be. Um, Really, one of the strangest things also to me was this kind of this state of consciousness that I was in previously, where and I talked to my therapist about this to try to help explain it a little bit better. But the only way I can describe it is that um, pretty much for like the past decade, maybe more, I've been in this perpetual state of consciousness where I am unable to make like conscious, aware decisions. Right? It get it's strange to say, but I was able to. I was able to be conscious of what I was doing, who I was, semi-conscious, but I could never get myself to make a decision that would take me out of I guess, just the rut that I was in. Like every decision always kind of just set me back, and it was almost just automatic. There was never a moment where I questioned things. It was always just automatic. It was always just go for the bad food choice instead of the good food choice. And I just never question it, right? If something's so automatic, you're in that program, you just go along with things, right? The chocolate at the end of the night, the overeating, right? The not listening to your body. That was just all automatic. I just did that, and for the past 10 plus years, it's got me to, as of a couple of weeks ago, over 215 pounds. Really just not happy with the decisions I'm making, the life that I'm living. But I did this. A buddy of mine, actually, he told me to that I didn't have any goals, and he said just set yourself a goal, because he was saying that if he didn't have a goal, he felt kind of lost and aimless and just kind of went crazy. And so that's very same day, I decided that I was going to set a goal to run 30 days straight. And boy, was that tough. Um, the first day, I made a big mistake on my first day. I ran a mile, but I ran it almost as fast as I could. Not a sprint, but I went out there thinking like, I'm super excited about this goal. Like I need to go out there and I need to run a mile. And I came back and I was destroyed. I mean, my calves, my ankles, my Achilles tendon, everything was just so sore, and it was a big mistake. I shouldn't have been running like that. And so the next couple of days were really rough. But I started to notice, like, as I slowed down, number one, I was running at, I don't know, they call it like the zone 2 range. Um, After fixing that, and I think about a week in, maybe like days 6 or 7, I think the running did something to me that like fundamentally shifted my consciousness. And I'm going to try to explain this the best way I can. But before, when I was saying that I didn't really have a choice, I was kind of on autopilot. I think what was happening was some part of me was going for comfort, was going for that easy decision that says, I'm going to stay right where I'm at because it's safe, it's comfortable, there's no pain, there's no discomfort, nothing. And there's like a safety and security in that in a sense, but I think part of my ego is like convincing me that that's like safe and secure, when in reality that's kind of the opposite. I mean, it's a place of deterioration. It's a place of pain and suffering. And after 5 or 6 days of running, I started to I started to feel a little different, and I couldn't put my hands on it, but it was shifting my consciousness in a very interesting way, and I didn't realize it till I want to say about day 7, where um, where I was getting breakfast, and I have a habit of eating bagels. I love bagels and cream cheese. It's not a good habit, um, but every morning I would go out there and I would have bagels and cream cheese. And this particular morning, I woke up. It was probably like 8:30 in the morning, and what we had the bagels staring me down right in front of the toaster. But we had just bought some like really high quality sourdough bread, and I occasionally have been testing the waters with this like toasted sourdough bread with peanut butter on it. I'll slice up a banana, and then I drizzle like some honey on top. And I sat here looking at this piece of sourdough bread and this bagel, and I'm not trying to be over dramatic, but I stood staring at these things for probably 2 minutes. And during that 2 minutes, I started to recognize something in my head that was. I noticed, like, those like little like angel and demon on your shoulders, kind of do this, do that. That was happening in my head, and it was super interesting because for the first time in a long time, I felt like whatever was doing the awareness in my brain, me, my consciousness, whatever that was, had taken like this third person perspective. It kind of just zoomed out a little bit, where it felt like I was observing in my own mind this kind of back and forth like debate, and it was giving me some really good insight. It was like, do you want the bagel and cream cheese that's probably not the healthy decision, or do you want the one that has banana and fruit and wholesome ingredients? And it took me about 2 minutes to kind of sit there and recognize, number one, what was happening, but number two, kind of listening to this stuff happening in my head. And I ended up choosing the bread and the peanut butter and the banana and the whole ingredients because I was actually able to sit back and make a decision based off of like long-term consequences. And it was the strangest thing that's ever happened to me. And I think to sum this part up, I think what's happening was my decision to start running and my decision to get out every single day. And, quite frankly, that first week or two, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to run. I ran that first day, and I kind of ruined the rest of the experience for me because I was running through sore joints and tendons, and but waking up every day and doing exactly what I didn't want to do, even though I just did it, and I think that's what started to change me was this active decision, an active choice to say, like, no, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to just take whatever autopilot program that I'm on. I'm going to interrupt that. I'm going to change it, and I'm just going to keep running even though it's uncomfortable. And I think that shifted everything because from that morning where I sat there with the bagels and the peanut butter toast, I was like, things have completely changed. I'm eating less. I'm burning way more. I'm still working out. I'm running. I'm getting like significant mileage now. I mean, there are weeks where I'm running 4 to 6 miles a week where I was running 0 before. Um, I am a lot of stuff's changing. I didn't realize I'm actually eating less. I'm more in tune with my body. I'm okay with having an empty stomach occasionally. I'm drinking more water. I'm eating. Like last night, I went to a soccer game with my wife. Went out on a date, and She's pregnant, so she was eating a bunch of stuff. She was eating um, a bunch of popcorn, cotton candy, and I said no the whole time. And old me would have probably helped her destroy that entire bin of cotton candy. Um, but this is very new for me, very very foreign, and I don't know. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love who I'm becoming. I really love it, and I find every day that I'm just making better decisions. Right. I'm excited to go for runs now. I mean, I'm past the 3 week mark of running every single day. My cardiovascular endurance is, I mean, way, way better. I mean, I had a 20-minute run the other day, and I felt great. I mean, these are all zone 2 runs that I'm going on, so they're pretty easy to recover from, but I just, I like, I like who I'm becoming. I like what I'm doing, and I guess for me, it just took for me to take and make a decision to get me out of that autopilot because I didn't like who I was, and now I like who I'm becoming. And I know it's early to say this, but that's really all it took for me was less. It was what, a week and a half, week, and now we're at the 3 week mark. I like this version of me. I do. I'm gonna keep running. I like it a lot. I'm gonna be signing up for a 5K here soon. I'd like to maybe work up to a 10K, maybe a half marathon sometime. I like this version of me. Um, I find myself just making better decisions. I mean, my day trading has been better. My relationship with my wife and my daughter has been better. I'm kind of I'm proud of myself. You know, you don't I don't get to say that very often. Uh, it's good stuff. I like. I don't think I'm being prideful, but I like this version of me. So I'm gonna keep doing it. But I wanted to share this with you. If you've been questioning whether or not to make a decision to change your life, just do it. Just consistency, show up every day. Um, I like it a lot. If you've watched this entire video, I appreciate you and hoped this could provide a little bit of value for you guys. Peace.